We are of the same material from which dreams are woven. Our little life is surrounded by dreams. In the heart of all winters lives a throbbing spring, and behind every night comes a smiling dawn. Night is half of life and the better half. If it is good to live, it is still better to dream. And best of all, to wake up. Happiness for me consists in enjoying good health, in sleeping without fear and waking up without anguish. Love does not manifest itself in the desire to sleep with someone, but in the desire to sleep with someone. What has not happened at noon can happen at night. The trace of a dream is no less real than that of a footprint. The secret of creativity lies in sleeping well and opening the mind to infinite possibilities. What is a man without dreams? Enjoy, learn to deny yourself. Be austere, eat only natural foods, avoid white flour and reduce your carbohydrate intake. The more knowledge you acquire, the more you will look foolish in the eyes of ignorant people. Be attentive to negative signals emitted by others and disconnect from them immediately. It will save you a lot of trouble and, above all, wasted time. Never burden yourself with responsibilities that are not yours, never betray yourself and trust your instincts. Above all, don't take your loved ones for granted. Set firm boundaries and be selective about who you allow into your life. If you wish to help yourself, find someone worthy of your service. You will gain experience, contacts and a reputation as a reliable and responsible ally. Only after a period of apprenticeship will you become a master. Invest in real estate, land, whatever you can afford. The fewer possessions you have, the happier you will be and the less complicated your life will be. Life is often very ambiguous. Sometimes there are no right or wrong decisions, things are not always clear. You may not get a clear answer and you may have to improvise. Don't abandon someone to teach them a lesson, do it because you have already learned yours. Life is far from over, but it is also ephemeral. If you want to do something, don't delay, but don't sacrifice your current goals for future ones. When in doubt, take the next step. Be careful who you choose to marry, and even more so who you decide to have children with. Life is not always a matter of having good cards, but sometimes of playing a bad hand well. Beauty belongs only to the one who understands it, not to the one who has it. The child is a realist, the boy an idealist, the man a skeptic, and the old man a mystic. The future is not a blank page, it is an erratum. Youth is the paradise of life, joy is the eternal youth of the spirit. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Laughter is the sun that drives away the winter from the human face. The horizon is in the eyes and not in reality. I have finally arrived at what I wanted to be when I grew up, a child. The first kiss is not given with the mouth, but with the eyes. Go slowly and understand that mistakes are fundamental to learning. Get your life on track before you get old. The older you get, the harder it will be to change. No one cares except your family. Start saving money, don't spend it on houses you can't afford or unnecessary luxuries. At the end of the day, you will be happier. Nothing is as bad as it seems or as good as you think. Take care of your health, without it, nothing matters. No amount of money can bring you joy if you suffer. Get married before 30. Have children before 35, work and earn enough until 40. Make sure your passive income is viable before 50, plan to retire before 60. Do everything for your family, but don't expect anything in return, not even from your partner. You will never regret telling someone you love them, do it before it's too late. Save a little money every week or month, nothing will make you happier than having a financial cushion, believe it or not. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not everyone wants to be your friend, and that's okay. Anyway, you don't need everyone like they need you. There is but one life, therefore, it is perfect. Paradise is under our head and on our feet. Every moment is special to the one who has the vision to recognize it as such. Life is a red flare of dreams. Celebration is our way of receiving the gifts of existence. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the plane takes off against the wind. The target is not always meant to be reached, it often serves merely as a goal to aim for. There is no need to go backwards or to give yourself momentum. Just imagine how precious it can be to take a chance and have it all work out. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The question is not who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. Success is not achieved by special qualities alone. It is, above all, a work of constancy, method, and organization. If you can't fly, run; if you can't run, walk; if you can't walk, crawl, but keep moving towards your goal. The question I ask myself almost every day is, am I doing the most important thing I can? Only those who dare to have great failures end up achieving great successes. If you're going to look back, let it be to see what you've worked for to get where you are. We can't be in survival mode. We have to be in growth mode. Nothing makes you happier than having a financial cushion, believe it or not, so save a little money every week or month. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You don't need everyone as a friend, and that's okay, not everyone wants to be your friend. You don't need to always be going, being and doing. So relax, there's nothing wrong with relaxing. Give back, even if it's just giving leftovers from your shopping spree or handing a dollar bill to someone less fortunate. You'll feel good if you do. Everything happens for a reason, always, don't let them hurt you, because you can't grow if you do. Don't ruin your health to make money, you'll end up spending your money to get your health back, and it's not reciprocal. Be kind to people without allowing them to take advantage of your kindness. Nature's efforts are never in vain. How you see yourself is what counts, not how others see you. Accept that everything you need will come to you at the right time to live like a king and work like a slave. You came into this world alone and you will leave alone, therefore, you can make all the important decisions by yourself. Only if you punish the truth, expect to be lied to. You will look back on your life with far more regret for the things you didn't do than for the things you did do. It's not the things that make us happy, it's the experiences. Keep your mouth shut when you are happy and shut up when you are sad. Stop comparing yourself to those who started 5 years before you, focus on your own journey. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the end. If you waste money, you can earn it back, if you lose the moment, you can never get it back. Live life with your eyes, ears and heart open. Strong people are always simple. If you spend your first 15 years worrying about what people think of you, you'll spend the next 15 years swearing you're not. Don't let others know your weaknesses, but always try to highlight your positives. Don't tell your friends not to make them angry, don't tell your enemies that you are unhappy, don't make them happy. Time flies, one day you are 25, the next you are 45. Plan now how you want your 45th birthday to be. Last but not least, remember that you are here for a reason. Sometimes, your enemies will tell you the truth because it hurts, while your friends may lie to you so as not to hurt you. Recognizing your mistakes, learning from them and having the strength to correct them is a sign of maturity. Although letting go is difficult, it is often the best thing to do. True satisfaction lies not in getting what you want, but in appreciating what you already have. Your value does not depend on someone else's inability to recognize it. Don't let someone be a priority in your life if you are not a priority in theirs. Learn not to take things personally, some people will continue to badmouth you no matter what. Current worries and pains will not last forever, everything changes over time. Never take someone's feelings for granted, you never know how brave they may become. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Expectations often disappoint, so perhaps it's best to expect less from others. Often, those who say you can't do something are the same people who are afraid you will achieve it. Don't expect the world to be fair to you, you must be fair to yourself first. Don't let anyone abuse you, trust, but don't be fooled. Be content with what you have, but always seek to better yourself. Even though you may be the only person who still believes in yourself, that is enough. Behind the pain, there is a lesson. Behind the sadness, there is always hope, and beneath the struggle, there is courage. When all seems lost, you find what you really need. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. Not everyone you meet is destined to remain in your future. Some simply pass on to leave you valuable lessons. Resentment is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Don't ruin your existence by trying to please everyone. If something has a solution, why complain? And if it doesn't, why worry about it? Don't be afraid of shadows, they often herald the light. To know is to recognize that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom lies in not putting it in a fruit salad. Don't be twice distressed, worry doubles suffering. Don't ruin your life trying to please everyone. If you have too many priorities, in the end you will have none. The problem is that you think you have time. Life can only be understood by looking backward, but it must be lived forward. Many times, we think that time is on our side. Sometimes, we don't perceive our progress because we always raise the bar. Experience is the best teacher in the calm sea. If you repeatedly ask yourself if something is right for you, it probably is not. Don't be so kind that you forget to be clever, nor so clever that you lose kindness. Nothing in life that is worthwhile is easy. Everything can be taken away from a man except one thing, the last of human freedoms, the choice of one's own attitude in any circumstance, the power to choose one's own way. It is possible not to make mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. You cannot cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. Deceiving someone is easy, but convincing them of your deception is difficult. Any thought about the future is an illusion. You don't hold on to the fruits of your labor. We have two lives, the second begins when we realize we have only one. The cave you fear to enter may contain the treasure you seek. The mind often gives up before the body does. Waiting for change without doing anything is like waiting for a train at a bus stop. At some point, you realize that no one else has a voice in your life unless you let them. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 doors. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Be afraid, but act anyway. It takes time to realize how miserable you are, and even more time to realize that it doesn't have to be that way. You'll never remember the days and nights when you stay home and do nothing. Courage is not always loud. Sometimes, it's a serene voice at the end of the day that says, "I'll try again tomorrow." Not everyone wants to see you prosper. Some will even do their best to see you fail. Learn to depend on yourself and understand that you are mortal and will suffer terribly if you do not become independent and astute. Stop worrying about other people's opinions. Frankly, stupidity is contagious. Your friends want you to succeed, but no more than they do. Others don't care if you surpass their achievements. Don't say yes to everyone to please them. Ask yourself before you commit. Many people don't like you, especially if they see you as competition. Guide your life with your mind, not your emotions. Most bad decisions are driven by emotions. Always listen to your instincts, they often know things you don't know. Recognize your worth, never underestimate yourself. Time passes quickly, so always be grateful, as things could be worse. Live like there is no tomorrow and follow your passion. Avoid falling into regrets, for no one is perfect. Don't chase happiness, stay optimistic and you will find joy. Beware of those who claim to love you, for they are often just using you. Trust yourself and your first impressions when making decisions. Moderate your expectations. Having expectations that are too high will only lead to dissatisfaction. Accept that some people prefer to blame others. Don't waste time complaining. Accept that you can't control everything, but you can control yourself, which is even better. Go your own way, not that of your friends or family. Leave the house untidy and the garden untended. you will remember the pleasure of the weekend, not the cleanliness. Take time for yourself. Experience is not expected, it is lived. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Speak your mind, even if your voice trembles. If you are unhappy, you are doing something wrong. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to be your reality. Don't be afraid to move slowly, just be afraid to stand still. The things you own end up owning you. You decide your future, so take your chances. Youth is happy because it has the ability to see. Honesty without kindness is brutality, and kindness without honesty is manipulation. Don't carry expectations about what a day should be like. Experience is not expected, it is lived. People who really care about you won't hurt you, and those who hurt you don't care about you. The only person who will remember your hard work is you, not the company or your boss. Be the person you needed when you were younger. The only time you should look on someone else's plate is to make sure they have enough. The only person who will remember your hard work is you, not the company or your boss. Sometimes, a hypocrite is nothing more than someone in the process of changing. It's not worth sacrificing yourself for a company that would replace you in the blink of an eye. Remember when you wanted what you now have. The only person who will remember your hard work is you, not the company or your boss. People who really care about you won't hurt you, and those who hurt you don't care about you. Be the person you needed when you were younger. If you are unhappy, you are doing something wrong. Sometimes, a hypocrite is nothing more than someone in the process of changing. If you have a choice between being right or being kind, choose kindness. When you do things right, people will hardly notice that you've done anything. Don't be afraid to move slowly, just be afraid to stand still. Remember when you wished for what you now have. Speak your mind, even if your voice trembles. Sometimes a hypocrite is nothing more than someone in the process of change. Honesty without kindness is brutality, and kindness without honesty is manipulation. Be the person you needed when you were younger. People who really care about you won't hurt you, and those who hurt you don't care about you. When you do things right, people will hardly notice that you have done anything. The only time you should look on someone else's plate is to make sure they have enough. Experience is not expected, it is lived. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Don't carry expectations about what a day should be like. If you have a choice between being right or being kind, choose kindness. The things you own end up owning you. Someone's opinion of you does not have to be your reality. Youth are happy because they have the ability to see. Sometimes when something tragic or heartbreaking happens, it's not something you get over or move on from easily, you just learn to live with it. Your progress doesn't need to be validated by others to be real. Achieving what you want takes effort and dedication, there are no easy shortcuts. You can't control someone's loyalty to you, even if you do a lot for them. If you have to ask yourself if something is worthwhile, it's probably not. Avoid taking criticism from those you wouldn't take advice from. When a promise becomes an apology, sometimes being alone is crucial to your mental well-being. Education is meaningless if you are not willing to put in the effort and apply what you know. Don't believe everything you see or dismiss everything you hear. Strive to be the kind of person you would like your daughter to marry. Blaming others rarely produces improvement. Avoid making impulsive decisions or promises when you are emotionally charged. The company you keep can influence your character. If your problem can be solved with money, it may not be a real problem. Letting go can be difficult but liberating. Living together reveals truths that cannot be discovered any other way. Learn to find happiness in autonomy. If you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of others? Trust in a relationship is fragile and can crumble quickly. All jobs have dignity. Keep your promises, for your word is your reputation. Don't expect the world to owe you anything. Don't let emotions cloud your judgment. Practice self-compassion as a form of healing. Don't change for others unless it also makes you happy. Take others' opinions into account, but follow your own moral compass. Learn from your mistakes so as not to repeat them. Dear, I invite you to share in the comments the phrase that you liked or inspired you the most. If you want more inspiring content full of wisdom like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any video. See you in the next video. May wisdom and love guide every step of your way.